right, let's break down Morbius, another new champion that was added this month. And I gotta admit, I was testing this guy out and he's quite amazing, yo. He has the Psionic Glide, he has Rupture, Unblockable, he has Anti-Regeneration. They knew, Kabam knew what they were doing when they made this champion. I was impressed. So first up, let's talk about his combo. In my opinion, he has a very easy combo. It's not hard at all. 5-hit combo. You got about a 20% chance to add bleed on the mediums or lights, and it's quite easy to play. I didn't have any difficulty. Like no tricky play style. You don't need to do medium, light, medium. You literally just pick this guy up and go. Like, and the burst damage that he does from the bleeds and the, his psionic charge, he's like that. I definitely was very much impressed playing this guy, and I had a great time doing it as well. So next up, let's talk about his strengths, and he does have quite a few of them. One of his strengths is burst damage. Morbius has a deadly bite that deals massive damage, scaling with the damage debuffs on the opponent, and it's absolutely amazing. As you can see there, like I had to do a couple of them because look at that, 79,000. And you know what? Let's do one more just for fun. Here's another one, 74,000. His burst damage, yo, it's insane to me. Another one of his strengths is his regeneration. Morbius has a source of regeneration that provides him survivability in the fight. Once awakened, Morbius can regenerate a portion of direct damage taken. Yeah, so on his SP2, his SP3 is usually how he deals, or how he life steals. It's not necessarily regeneration per se, it's more so life steal, but in a sense, essentially it operates the same to me. Another one of his abilities is Undying Passive. That's another way he can heal. Like, when he's awakened, he regens 50% of damage taken. It's literally awesome to me. Like, there's so many ways you can heal with this guy, and I had so much fun just getting damage dealt to me and healing it all back. Another one of his abilities is anti-regeneration, which he can stop combat power rate and regeneration, as you see here with this Wolverine fight. He literally can shut it down, especially with the Despair Mastery. This dude will shut down regeneration on that. But not only that, he can also stop power gain. I tried it against Hyperion here, and he was shutting Hyperion's power gain down, at least slowing it down in my opinion. And it was like, wow, his bleeds stop power gain. This dude's interesting. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very interesting. He also has Petrify, so that's awesome. And also, he's even stronger when he's nullified, because his Fervor debuff, which is a new mechanic in the game, is if it's nullified, that means his Psionic Glide can proc without a cooldown. Like, his fervor is actually hindering him. So if you think about going against Morbius with a debuff champion, he's going to stop it. One of his weaknesses, though, let's talk about his weaknesses. One of his weaknesses are champions that can purify. So like Shang-Chi here, like Shang-Chi has his cleansing Wushu strike, I believe, and he's gonna cleanse it. He's going to cleanse all the bleed, and that's really going to hinder, because Morbius relies a lot on his debuffs. And also another hindrance of his weakness, I should say, is Petrify. Any champion that can Petrify or heal block or something of that nature would definitely shut down Morbius. As you can see here, like once I put that heal block on, he's not going to be healing at all when it comes to his SP2 or SP3 or the Undying Passive. So keep that in mind when using him. Let's talk about his immunities next. Well, he doesn't really have any immunities at all, but when he's awakened, he has an Undying passive mechanic, which is relatively new, which allows him to regen a proportion of the damage he's dealt. And also another great thing about that, he technically can't be knocked out by the debuff, but if you do get hit, you will get knocked out. So keep that in mind. Let's talk about his awakening ability. So as I was saying earlier, his Undying passive. So let's say a champion is bleed immune. At Sig 1, rank 1, he has a certain percentage to put on a rupture buff. So even though they're bleed immune, he can still rupture them, which is absolutely amazing. Makes him really a versatile attacker. And as you can see at Sig 100, so I have to say this, unfortunately, if he's better awakened. He needs to be awakened, and he also needs to be high sig. But in my opinion, I would use a generic awakening gem on him, and I would dump all my sig stones on him, because I think he's worth it. Like, he regens, put the ruptures on the opponent if they bleed. And now I'm gonna show right here, as you can see, he's not poison immune, and we're taking a lot of damage from that poison, from this I-bomb fight. But we're not gonna die because we have the Undying passive. And look, we can just sit there and take it all we want. And this prestige is 18,180. Great, decent prestige, not top or anything, but he's not gonna die. Now, if we do get hit, we will die. But as long as we have the Undying passive and it remains on us, as long as we have a debuff on us or something that's dealing damage and it doesn't go on a cooldown. But if we do get hit, we will lose it. But as you can see here, I'm not going to be losing it at all. And we were able to finish this fight. That's an awesome mechanic. It's not necessarily a cheat death, but it's really, really good. Let's talk about his synergies. His synergies, in my opinion, they're decent. Like, he has the same synergy as Werewolf by Night. At the beginning of the fight, he puts a torment on him. It's a decent synergy, you know, increase the damage, and you know, it's nice to have, you know, whoop-de-woo, but it's not really all that, you know, spectacular to me. He does have a synergy with Blade, and it's an okay synergy. It stops power gain for Blade if you have enough debuffs on the opponent. Right here, I was able to slow down Hyperion's power gain a little bit with all the debuffs on the opponent, but also on perfect block, you also get, you know, another bleed. And right here, you can extend the bleed duration, but you can already do that with deep rooms anyway. But it's a decent synergy you have with Punisher and Mole Man, so it's not bad. Let's talk about him on defense. Now, him on defense, he's going to be annoying because he has that psionic glide, and in Battlegrounds, that's definitely going to throw you off because he goes unblockable and he puts bleeds on you. And if you're bleed immune, he'll put a a rupture on you. So in Battlegrounds, he's going to be annoying. I tried here with Hercules. I did okay, but I still was taking decent damage. I even used Archangel, and you can definitely use Archangel, but you got to play smart because he's going to go unblockable, and that definitely will catch you off guard. And the neurotoxins do work, but still, if you reduce his ability accuracy enough, he's just going to keep getting his psionic glide, and he's going to be unblockable whenever he dashes at you for the entirety of the fight, which can be quite annoying when you got to fight a champion like this in Battleground. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because I think, in my opinion, he's going to be a really good attacker and defender. And do not bleed in chance to nullify, because if you nullify his fervor buff, he's just going to remain unblockable whenever he dashes in on you. So actually removing his fervor buff and using a champion that nullifies is not really a good thing, in my opinion, because this is going to make the fight longer and you're just going to take unnecessary damage. Let's talk about relics next. In my opinion, there weren't really any relics I would recommend. I mean, you could put the Hawk relic on him to, you know, help with his regen, but it's not really a regen, it's more so a lifesteal. So in my opinion, he doesn't really benefit from any relics, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about Masteries next. Masteries I will use for him is definitely the damage mastery. So Liquid Courage, Deep Wounds, Despair, and Double Edge. He is phenomenal with the damage masteries, and I don't even run the damage masteries, but if I have this champion when I get this champion, I will be running them for him because he's even better. He's just going to be regenning from all the damage he's taken. And that also includes the recoil mastery. This dude, Kabam did an amazing job on him. Overall, I like this champion, and if I have the materials, if I have the resources, like, he would be a champion I will consider ascending and rank 5ing. And if I have this, when I get the 7-star, which I will be getting, I will be taking him to rank 2. He probably will be my first rank 2 7-star because Kabam did an amazing job with him. He's good offensively, he's good defensively. He does need to be awakened, but I wouldn't be ashamed to use Awakening Gem on him and take him to SIG 200. Phenomenal job Kabam did with this champion. I'm absolutely floored, and I'm really looking forward to pulling this champion. He's easy to play, doesn't really have a complicated rotation. He does need to be awakened high sig, but overall, he's really good. But if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that subscribe button, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.